Hello class, welcome to your Week 3 lecture. This week we will learn all about the Space Transportation System, or STS, more commonly known as the Space Shuttle. When you hear either of those names, it is the same system. The program had a total of 6 spacecraft. Notice that the image only has 5. The missing shuttle is the Enterprise. I want you guys to tell me in the discussion board what is different about the Enterprise compared to the other shuttles. What was its purpose? The 3 major components of the shuttle were the orbiter, external tank, and solid rocket boosters. The orbiter has features we can call subsystems that play very important roles. The payload bay, which carries cargo like a satellite, repair parts, or other equipment. The 3 large main engines that provide thrust and movement for the spacecraft. The orbital maneuver system, or OMS, sometimes called OMS, which steer the vehicle in space. 2 other major components required for launching a shuttle are the crawler and the launch tower. The crawler is used as an assembly platform, transport vehicle, and launch pad. It actually moves like a really large and slow tank to carry the shuttle to the launch tower. The launch tower provides power, fuel, and connects the spacecraft to the Mission Control Center before launch. Here's a great view of the engines from the rear of the shuttle as it's landing on the runway. You can see the big difference between the 2 different engine types. The 3 main engines, as I mentioned before, are used to provide a lot of thrust and initial launch. The 2 orbital maneuvering system engines are the smaller ones, highlighted in green, and those are used to maneuver while the vehicle is in space and orbit around the Earth. Did you know that the solid rocket boosters that are mounted on the huge orange external tank are reusable? Let's follow the life of a solid rocket booster. As you can see in the first and second picture, they provide the majority of the initial lifting power for the space shuttle to get it off the pad and into orbit. But in picture 3, at an altitude of about 24 miles, which is 150,000 feet, the boosters separate from the launch assembly. For comparison, most passenger airlines fly only at about 40,000 feet. In the 4th image, you see a parachute opens and it slows the descent of the booster into the Atlantic Ocean. The reason we use a parachute is so that when it lands in the ocean, it doesn't destroy the solid rocket booster. Because in the final picture, you can see the NASA recovery ship actually locates the boosters using a beacon. And they go and capture the booster, and they pull it behind them, and they float it right into Port Canaveral, where it is inspected and prepared to reuse on the next shuttle flight. When it was time to bring the shuttle back home, this is where it greatly differed from the previous expendable rockets. It actually landed the same as any aircraft. However, because of the size, weight, and speed, it required a special landing facility that is 15,000 feet long, or nearly 3 miles. Even with the enormous landing strip, the shuttle's wheel brakes were still not enough to prevent it from running off the end. It would deploy a drag chute once the wheels touched down. Occasionally, the shuttle needed major repairs. NASA would actually place it on the back of a specially modified 747 jumbo jet with the help of a huge crane to fly it from Florida to California and back in time for the next launch.